Hi there, Chase here with a quick video about the stale opportunity trigger. It's important to understand how this trigger really works. So let's say my goal is I have a pipeline and I have a stage for new leads. And I want to say, hey, if anyone sits in that stage and doesn't take any actions for 30 days, I want to consider them a stale lead. And in this case, I'm going to remove that opportunity. Or maybe you want to add a tag or move into a different stage of the pipeline, whatever you want to do. We first need to understand what we're doing over here. So we have stale opportunities, we have a filter for the pipeline, a filter for the stage, and then we have the duration in days that I've set to 30. Now let's consider two examples here. Let's say that we have Joe and Jane, and they're both stale opportunities. Joe's last action was February 17th, right? Today's March 20th. So Joe's last action was 33 days ago. Jane's last action was February 20th, which was 30 days ago. The trigger is going to run today, and it's going to realize that Joe's last action was 33 days ago, so it's not going to do anything. Because even though that's more than 30, it's not exactly 30. Now, it's going to see that Jane's last action was exactly 30 days ago, so it's going to execute for Jane. So now what about Joe? Well, what's going to happen is on April 17th, Joe's last action will be 60 days exactly, and this trigger runs on the multiple of whatever you set the duration in days. So on the 60th day of no activity, it will fire for Joe if he still meets these parameters of being in this pipeline in this stage. So that's what I don't think most people understand. The trigger fires on the multiple of the day, so eventually it will hit somebody who had already been in there for longer than the duration. If, let's say, they were already there before you created the trigger and they'd already exceeded that amount of days. It won't retroactively process everyone at once. It's going to wait until the day matches exactly the duration in days or a multiple of that duration in days. So if you're thinking to yourself, well, that's not what I want. I want everybody who's in that stage who has more than 30 days of inactivity. I need to get them out of there right now. Okay, well, what you could do in that case is you could come to contacts and go to smart lists, and we can add a filter. Oh, looks like we have a little CSS issue going on here. We can add a filter of last activity. So let's find it. Okay, last activity. And we can say is more than 30 days ago. Boom. This is going to filter. It's going to show me everybody who hasn't taken an action in the last 30 days. I could select everyone on this page. I could tag them, and then I could use that tag to do something, right? I could set a trigger that says, hey, anyone with this tag that I'm going to make up, move them to the next stage or pull them out of the pipeline or whatever you wanted to do. Just build that trigger first, then come in here, use the last activity filter in smart lists, and you can clean up everybody who was in there before you made the trigger.